Stop scrolling. What if I told you someone went from 225 kilograms to losing 150 kilograms? And it didn't happen with magic, but with simple daily changes? If you feel stuck, tired, and ready to quit, this video might just change your life. Stay with me, because this is where your transformation begins. Start small. Because trying to change everything at once is the biggest mistake most people make when they begin a weight loss journey. Especially when the goal is as massive as losing 150 kilograms. When someone is at 225 kilograms, the body is already under extreme pressure, and suddenly jumping into strict diets and intense workouts can do more harm than good. That's why the real transformation begins with small, manageable steps that don't overwhelm the body or the mind. Instead of thinking about losing all that weight at once, the focus should be on what can be done today, in this moment, with the least resistance. It could be something as simple as reducing portion sizes slightly instead of cutting out entire meals, or replacing sugary drinks with water just once a day. These small actions might seem insignificant at first, but they create a foundation for long-term success. When you take small steps, you avoid burnout, and you give your body time to adjust to the changes. This gradual approach also builds confidence because every small win feels achievable, and those wins begin to stack up over time. Consistency is where the real magic happens. Anyone can stay motivated for a few days, but very few people can stay consistent for months or years. That's why it's more important to do something small every day than to do something big once in a while. Walking for 5 minutes daily is far more powerful than doing an intense workout once a week and then quitting. Over time, those 5 minutes can turn into 10, then 20, and eventually into a full routine without feeling forced. Another important part of starting small is removing the pressure of perfection. You don't need to follow a perfect diet or a perfect workout plan. Life will always have ups and downs, and there will be days when things don't go as planned. Instead of giving up completely, staying consistent with even the smallest effort keeps the momentum alive. This mindset shift changes everything because it turns the journey into something sustainable rather than something temporary. When you stay consistent with small actions, your body begins to respond. Your energy levels improve, your cravings start to decrease, and your confidence slowly builds. These changes might not be visible immediately on the scale, but they are happening internally, preparing your body for bigger results ahead. Over weeks and months, these small steps compound into significant progress, and what once felt impossible starts to feel within reach. The key is patience, because real transformation takes time, and there is no shortcut that can replace daily effort. By focusing on small, consistent actions, you create habits that become a natural part of your lifestyle, making it easier to maintain progress without feeling overwhelmed or exhausted. Diet is the real game changer when it comes to weight loss. Especially on a journey as big as losing 150 kilograms, because no matter how much you exercise, you cannot out-train a poor diet. Most people underestimate how much their daily eating habits affect their body, and they focus too much on workouts while ignoring what they put on their plate. The truth is, your body responds more to what you eat every single day than to how hard you work out occasionally. That's why controlling your diet is not just important, it's essential. It starts with awareness. You have to understand what you're eating and how much you're eating. Many people don't realize how quickly calories add up, especially with processed foods, sugary drinks, and large portion sizes. You don't need to starve yourself or follow extreme diets to lose weight. Instead, begin by making simple adjustments like reducing portion sizes slightly and cutting back on unnecessary calories. Even small reductions, done consistently, can create a calorie deficit that leads to steady weight loss over time. One of the most powerful changes you can make is increasing your protein intake. Foods like eggs, chicken, fish, beans, and lentils help you feel full for longer periods, which naturally reduces overeating. Protein also supports muscle maintenance, which is important as you lose weight. Alongside protein, adding more vegetables to your meals can make a huge difference. Vegetables are low in calories but high in nutrients and fiber, which helps digestion and keeps you satisfied without adding extra weight. Another key factor is cutting down on sugar and highly processed foods. These foods are designed to be addictive and often lead to overeating without providing real nutrition. Sugary drinks, snacks, and fast food can slow down your progress significantly. Replacing them with healthier options like whole foods, fruits, and home-cooked meals creates a cleaner, more balanced diet that supports your goals. Hydration also plays an important role in your diet. Drinking enough water helps your body function properly and can reduce unnecessary hunger. Sometimes what feels like hunger is actually dehydration, and simply drinking water can prevent extra calorie intake. Making water your primary drink instead of soda or juice is a simple but powerful habit. Consistency in diet matters more than perfection. You don't have to eat perfectly every single day, but you do need to stay on track most of the time. Occasional treats are okay as long as they don't become daily habits. The goal is to build a way of eating that you can maintain long term, not something that feels restrictive or temporary. As you stick to a better diet, your body starts to change. You'll notice improved energy levels, fewer cravings, better digestion, and gradual weight loss. These changes reinforce your efforts and make it easier to stay committed. Over time, healthy eating becomes a natural part of your lifestyle, rather than something you have to force yourself to do. Understanding that diet controls the majority of your results gives you power, because it means you don't need complicated plans or extreme measures. Simple, consistent, and mindful eating is enough to drive real transformation when done every single day. Moving more every day is one of the most important parts of a successful weight loss journey, especially when starting at a higher weight like 225 kilograms, because the goal in the beginning is not intensity, it's consistency and safety. Many people believe they need to jump into hard workouts to see results, but that approach often leads to exhaustion, injury, or quitting altogether. The truth is, your body responds best when you gradually introduce movement and build it up over time. At the start, even the smallest movement counts. Standing up more often, taking a few steps around your room, or walking for just 5 minutes is enough to begin. It might feel too easy or even insignificant, but for someone carrying extra weight, these small actions are powerful. They start activating your muscles, improving blood circulation, and gently increasing your stamina without putting too much stress on your joints. As you stay consistent with these small movements, your body begins to adapt. What once felt difficult slowly becomes easier. Breathing improves, your legs feel stronger, and your confidence starts to grow. This is the point where you can slowly increase your activity. 5 minutes can turn into 10, then 15, and eventually into a longer walk or a simple workout routine. The key is to listen to your body and progress at a pace that feels challenging but manageable. Walking is one of the best forms of exercise to start with because it's simple, free, and effective. You don't need a gym or any special equipment. Just moving your body regularly can burn calories and improve your overall health. Over time, you can add other forms of movement like light stretching, basic body weight exercises, or low-impact workouts that are gentle on your joints. It's also important to remove the pressure of doing everything perfectly. Some days you might feel tired or unmotivated, and that's completely normal. On those days, even doing a little bit is better than doing nothing at all. A short walk or a few minutes of movement keeps the habit alive and prevents you from falling back into inactivity. Consistency, even at a low level, is far more valuable than occasional intense effort. Another benefit of moving daily is how it affects your mindset. Physical activity releases endorphins, which improve your mood and reduce stress. As you start feeling better mentally, it becomes easier to stay committed to your journey. Movement also creates a sense of achievement, no matter how small, and that feeling builds momentum over time. As your weight begins to decrease, your ability to move improves even more. Activities that once felt impossible start to feel normal. You may find yourself walking longer distances, trying new exercises, or even enjoying the process. This progression is natural when you stay consistent and patient with yourself. The most important thing to remember is that you don't need to be extreme to see results. You just need to move more than you did yesterday. Over weeks and months, these small increases in activity add up, helping you burn more calories, improve your health, and move closer to your goal without overwhelming your body or your mind. Mindset is the real foundation of any successful weight loss journey, because without the right mindset, even the best diet and workout plan will eventually fail. Most people start with motivation, but motivation is temporary. It comes and goes depending on how you feel, your mood, your environment, and your daily life. That's why relying only on motivation is dangerous. What truly creates lasting results is discipline, the ability to keep going even when you don't feel like it. There will be days when you feel excited and ready to do everything right, but there will also be days when you feel tired, frustrated, and completely unmotivated. On those days, your mindset is what decides whether you move forward or fall back. If you depend on motivation, you will stop. But if you build discipline, you will continue, even if it's just with small actions. That consistency is what separates people who succeed from those who give up. Another important part of mindset is how you see yourself. If you keep telling yourself that you can't do it, that it's too hard, or that you failed before, then your actions will follow those thoughts. But when you start shifting your identity and begin to see yourself as someone who is improving, someone who is becoming healthier, everything changes. You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to believe that change is possible for you. You also need to understand that setbacks are part of the process. There will be times when your progress slows down or even stops. The number on the scale might not move for days or weeks, and that can be frustrating. But this is where mindset becomes powerful. Instead of seeing it as failure, you see it as part of the journey. You stay consistent, trust the process, and keep going. People who succeed are not the ones who never face problems, but the ones who don't quit when problems come. Comparison is another mindset trap that can destroy progress. Looking at others who are losing weight faster or achieving results quicker can make you feel like you're behind. But everyone's body is different, everyone's journey is different, and your only competition should be yourself. Focus on becoming better than you were yesterday, even if it's just a small improvement. Positive self-talk also plays a big role. The way you speak to yourself matters more than you think. Instead of criticizing yourself for mistakes, learn to encourage yourself to do better next time. This creates a healthier relationship with your journey and reduces the chances of giving up completely after a bad day. As you continue, your mindset becomes stronger. You start to handle challenges better, your patience improves, and you become more focused on long-term results instead of short-term emotions. This mental strength carries over into other areas of your life as well, making you more confident and disciplined overall. In the end, mindset is not something you fix overnight. It's something you build daily through your actions, your thoughts and your decisions, and the stronger it becomes. The easier it gets to stay consistent, push through difficult moments, and continue moving forward no matter what obstacles come your way. It's a lifestyle, not a temporary fix. And this is where most people struggle because they treat weight loss like a short-term project instead of a long-term commitment. They follow strict diets for a few weeks, push themselves hard in workouts, and expect quick results. But as soon as they reach a certain point or get tired, they go back to their old habits. That's why the weight comes back. Real transformation only happens when the changes you make become a natural part of your everyday life. When you shift your mindset from "I'm on a diet" to "this is how I live now," everything becomes easier and more sustainable. You're no longer forcing yourself to eat healthy or exercise. Instead, it becomes part of your routine, just like brushing your teeth or going to work. This shift removes the feeling of restriction and replaces it with a sense of control and balance. You're not trying to be perfect. You're trying to be consistent in a way that you can maintain for years. A lifestyle approach means making choices that you can stick with long term. Instead of cutting out all your favorite foods, you learn how to enjoy them in moderation. Instead of extreme workouts that leave you exhausted, you find activities that you can do regularly without feeling overwhelmed. This balance is what keeps you going, because if something feels too difficult or too restrictive, it won't last. Your daily habits define your results. What you eat, how much you move, how well you sleep, and how you manage stress all play a role in your overall health. When these habits become part of your lifestyle, you don't have to constantly think about losing weight. It starts happening naturally as a result of your routine. This makes the journey feel less like a struggle and more like a normal way of living. Another important part of making it a lifestyle is patience. Lasting change takes time, and there are no shortcuts that can replace consistent effort. When you accept that this is a long-term journey, you stop looking for quick fixes and start focusing on steady progress. This mindset reduces frustration and helps you stay committed even when results are slow. Flexibility is also key. Life will not always go according to plan. There will be events, busy days, and unexpected situations where you might not follow your routine perfectly. Instead of seeing this as failure, you adapt and get back on track without guilt. This ability to adjust and continue is what makes a lifestyle sustainable. As time goes on, these habits become stronger and more automatic. You start making healthier choices without thinking too much about them. Your cravings change, your energy improves, and your overall well-being gets better. The focus shifts from just losing weight to feeling better, living better, and maintaining your progress. When it becomes your lifestyle, you no longer worry about gaining the weight back because you're not going back to old habits. You've created a new way of living that supports your health every single day, and that's what makes the transformation permanent and meaningful over the long term.